So the WNBA media it's embarrassing. It is absolutely embarrassing. That's the only word that I can use, and it's getting worse. It is getting worse. And yesterday we saw something that I think is absolutely disgusting. And again, this isn't exactly WNBA media, but this is somebody that works for March Madness, has obviously is working with college sports, and right now has since privated their Twitter and made sure nobody knows where they work. Because I think so many people in women's basketball media are going to lose their jobs because they have Twitter fingers. They have Twitter fingers. And again, I'm never going to go that far as to say someone should ever lose their jobs. But the fact that, again, there are people like this in the media means the media needs to be called out. It does. It does. So first of all, we've got that NBC reporter yesterday. As soon as Caitlin Clark ended up going first in the odds. As soon as she ended up being first in the odds for MVP, all of a sudden, that same reporter who was very much on the it's disrespectful to say age is not unanimous MVP train, said it's disrespectful for Fee to have Caitlin Clark ranked above her when she is basically, the three favorites are basically even in terms of the betting odds. And I mean, Vegas doesn't decide. Vegas goes for where the money is. Like, Vegas does not have feelings. That's one thing. Vegas does not have feelings. That's all I'm going to say. It's a crazy one. And this one was disgusting. This was disgusting. So all the people saying that, like, loads of people in the media were talking about, or people on Twitter were talking about how they were in Iowa. Or what was they saying? I think they said something about Iowa being like I don't even know exactly what it is, but I think what were they calling it? An RNC rally? What is the RNC rally? I don't even know what that is. I'm guessing it's, Republican. And then this person responded, who works in women's basketball media, who works for the NCAA, going and saying, I literally quiver every time I have to step foot in that building. And they saw previous tweets all through the years of her talking about how being in Iowa and how the games are great. It's embarrassing. It's actually embarrassing. And I'll never call for people to lose their jobs, but I really, really want for any future hirings for them to make sure caring about the sport of basketball, first of all. Just caring about the sport as the main thing. That no matter what, the main thing is the sport of basketball and growing the sport of basketball. That has to be a prerequisite for future hires. Because I'm never going to say someone should be fired. I know other people are going to go out and say that, but I don't feel comfortable going out on the internet saying that. But all I'm going to say is there's going to be so many people losing their jobs. People losing their jobs over stuff like this. There is going to be so many people in the WNBA media, and I do think it needs a refresh. And again, people don't have to lose their jobs, but, for future hires, you've got to be smart about it. All these networks, all these publications, all these things in media, you got to be smart. And, I mean, hiring somebody who actually gives one flying F-U-C-K about the sport of basketball is important. And then again, you don't want to hire stands. There's too many stands reporting in media. Too many stands. And too many fans expecting stands. Never forget, Annie Costable was not ran out of Chicago. She got a better job, but the fans were trying to run her out. Why? Because she was posting negative things about the Sky. And I mean, she was posting things like free agents don't want to go there because of their facilities, and Satu Sabali did not want to go to Chicago Sky. Even though 24 hours later she posted Satu Sabali doesn't want to go to Fever as well. It's between the Liberty and the Mercury. Didn't matter. The Fever fans, were big fans of Annie Costable, even though she said the same thing about both teams. Unfortunately, fans of certain players and certain teams want things to be stands. And then, I'm not going to talk about it as part of the media, but also the fact that you're seeing people in the media calling out everyone that's even close to a player they don't like. You're seeing that type of thing. But Dawn Staley can keep promoting Age's friend. And we all know who Age's friend is. And again, I don't want to be I don't want to be making accusations, but I mean, he was arrested for a pretty bad, I don't know anything more about that, but there was the whole news thing about the guy getting arrested for a pretty bad crime. And Dawn Staley does not care. And anyone who mentions the Dawn Staley gets blocked. Anyone who mentions that Dawn Staley has refused to unfollow Antonio Brown, she has made it a big thing. And people were like, well, Antonio Brown shared leaked images of Caitlin Clark and you still follow him. And everyone who's ever brought that up to her, she just blocks. She just blocks instead of just hitting the unfollow button. Like, those type of things. And the media will refuse to call that out, but if anyone relatively close to Caitlin Clark says something, it's a problem. And the Paige Bueckers thing. They're going to promote Paige Bueckers as some say... Paige Bueckers and Caitlin Clark have done and said the same things. They're both really good people and they both want to promote the game. But they are promoting Paige Bueckers for saying exactly what Caitlin Clark has said plenty of times. For promoting and uplifting black basketball players, which is great. Both of them do it. Both of them have done it. Both of them have used their platform for good in every way to promote everybody. Not just people of... just every player in the league. And that's exactly how it should be. However, instead of, the actual media promoting those players, they're going to promote Paige saying they should promote the players more. Why? Because if Paige Bueckers can be seen as the savior, then Caitlin Clark can be seen as the devil. Because they're smart about it. They know that they need to continually make Caitlin Clark look like the bad guy. And when the reality is both Caitlin Clark and Paige Bueckers are probably extremely similar in their views and have done extremely similar job with promoting the sport of basketball. Obviously, just in terms of sheer eyeballs, Caitlin Clark has done that better. But again, the media who will go out of their way to keep asking Paige Bueckers about a speech she made 4.5 years ago. Or was it 4 years ago? I don't even care. They'll keep going on about that speech instead of, doing what that speech was about. But it's pathetic. It's actually pathetic because it's not sports media. It's nothing to do with sports. And I would understand if people were even entertaining. I would understand if it was a shack, if it was something where people are entertaining. It's not even that. It's just pathetic. It's just absolutely pathetic. That's the only thing that I can say. It's pathetic. And the fact is, it's getting worse. It is getting worse. We just saw somebody basically say that they were scared to go to Iowa. And are these people not embarrassed saying that? Is Angel Wilson has said it as well about Indiana. Is Angel Wilson not embarrassed? Because the vast majority of fans that go to Caitlin Clark games are parents bringing their young daughters. That's a fact. Parents bringing their young daughters are the vast majority of fans at Caitlin Clark games. It is filled probably 25% with young girls. It is probably the most diverse fan base in sports. Well, it's one of them. It's up there with the most diverse fan base in sports. How are these people not embarrassed? How are they not embarrassed? And I mean that. How are they not embarrassed that you can see with your eyes, that what they're saying is wrong, but they're going to continue to push it. They're going to continue to push it. They're going to continue to push to try make this 23-year-old woman now the face of something crazy. And by the way, the reality is that there are online trolls that are going to say anything. However, it is the side when they're like it's the activist league people that in fact are doing the opposite. It's activist league when it's put, but when you're bullying a 22-year-old from Indiana, it doesn't matter. When it suits them, Aaliyah Boston, the South Carolina fans don't even treat Aaliyah Boston like she's a alum just because she happens to play for the Indiana Fever and doesn't call out the fan base all the time. It's absolutely pathetic. It is absolutely pathetic. And yeah, activist league my ass. Like, it couldn't be further from it. It could not be further from it. That's all I'm going to say. And the worst part is that they don't give a damn about basketball. They don't give a damn about that, nor do they give a damn about the sport of basketball, a lot of this media. And it's great to see. It's great to see actual basketball talk getting brought forward. Like, if you look at the last couple of days' videos on my channel, a lot of the most viewed videos are Me literally breaking down how Brazil's schemed against Caitlin Clark and why it didn't work. Talking about Paige Bueckers and why the current Dallas Wings head coach does not fit how she's going to play, and it could end up screwing up her rookie year. It's great to see those videos being successful, but at the same time, I don't think anyone benefits from the media just being allowed run riot and do what they're doing right now. But anyway, I'll see you guys.